Rough night. Very rough night, but we got the win, so I'm all right.
So let's stay with that. So not even you can argue. The story or the turning point in the game has to be the Kawhi Leonard injury. You know, the Spurs seem to have everything going with him in the game. So can you maintain that if Kawhi plays the rest of the game, you guys are trailing in this series?
You know, it's impossible to say if we would be. It's impossible to say if we would have won. I think, you know, when Kawhi goes down, like, I'd be an idiot to sit up here and say that doesn't make a difference. He's, you know, one of the biggest difference makers in the NBA. I think, you know, we had got the game to the pace that we wanted, you know, to start this half. Even with him in the game, we were scoring. Every time down the floor, we had really started pushing the tempo. However, due to Kawhi being out there, we couldn't get a stop. And so, you know, we never really covered any ground. So, you know, I think, you know, it's great to pull out the win. You know, obviously we have to play against whoever they have out there. And, you know, you definitely want to see, you know, him get back out there. Anytime you know, you want to beat the team at full strength, you know, if you're going to beat them. So definitely want to see him get back out there and try to, you know, beat them with him.
Is this Exhibit A of rust versus rest? I mean, isn't this almost inevitable for whomever has this much time off, Draymond? You have to play your way back into form?
I think you definitely do. I know for myself, I was a little gassed that whole entire first half. You know, just trying to catch my breath, trying to get a rhythm, and I think we were. They took advantage of, you know, just finishing up. But at the end of the day, I think we're a good enough team, we're a veteran team to where we're not going to make that excuse. They came out, you know, going extremely hard. We didn't match their pace. We didn't match their tempo, and they punched us in the mouth.
You guys know how good the Spurs are and what they're like in terms of character. Have the rest of us underestimated them? I mean, this seemed like a continuation of Game 6 against Houston almost. When you watched that, did anything surprise you about the Spurs and their ability to play at this level this year?
Absolutely not. You know, when you're talking about the Spurs, you know every year they're going to be a good team, if not great. You know, and so watching that Game 6, you know, I thought it would be a better game, but I knew they would have an opportunity to win. Anytime they step on the floor, they don't beat themselves, so they give themselves a chance to win. I was surprised that, you know, everything you see is like, oh, man, the Warriors are going to smack the Spurs. And, like, I'm not listening to that. I know how good of a ball club this is. I even saw Pop say, like, yeah, the only thing we can do is pray. Those little mind games aren't working for me, Pop. But, you know, that's a great ball club, championship, you know, club. And, you know, they're going to give it their all anytime they step on the floor.
Hey, if you guys had not won this game, we would have been talking about that first half for the next 48 hours until Game 2 for sure. So with that in mind, Steve Kerr is in your locker room waiting for you guys at halftime. We saw what he had to say. How much did that mean to you, and how much of an impact did that have on the second half?
I mean, you know, anytime Coach Kerr speaks, it has an impact on us. It means a lot, you know, to have him there just to hear his voice, just to see his face. Obviously, you know, him not being able to be out here coaching the team, you know, we're all an extension of him, from the coaching staff to the players. So even if he's not out here physically, you know, he's still here with us in everything we do. But to actually hear his voice, see him at halftime and get that message, you know, it helps us out a lot.
So what now? You got just one day before we get to Game 2 in this series. You guys have played your way out of the rust now. You know San Antonio is going to be the resistant, resourceful team that you always expect them to be. What happens now just on your end going forward?
Oh, we just, you know we have to come out better. You know, we can't come out and get down 24, 25 points or whatever it was, especially against a ball club like that. You know, it's almost impossible to make that up. And, you know, so we know we have to be better from the start. We have to definitely take care of the details. You know, tonight we left strong side corner. I did it on the very last play. You know, we helped in too much sometimes, then we didn't help in enough at times. You know, we were real sloppy tonight. So we have to be better to start the game and be more locked in.
Do you look at the tape of the Spurs game in Houston when they won by 39 with no Kawhi to see how they were so successful without him, how they might have to play against you in Game 2?
Absolutely. That's definitely something you'll look at. You know, they'll probably feature LaMarcus even more than they did tonight. And so you have to be ready for that. But the most important thing is not coming into the game saying, hey, we need to lock down LaMarcus. Then Patty Mills has 15 points. Danny Green has 16 points. Jonathan Simmons has 16 points. That's where you're going to lose the game. You know, so if they're going to feature LaMarcus more, you know, I have to man up. Zaza have to man up David. And we got to try to stop him. You know, but we can't come out and let everybody else get going. And LaMarcus is still going to get all the shots he's going to get anyway.
We know what you think about Kelly Olynyk in terms of being a dirty player. What about Zaza? People are saying that was a dirty play foot under. I mean, what kind of player is he?
Honestly, I have not saw the replay, so I can't really speak on that particular play. Obviously, I think Zaza is a very hard-nosed guy. As a guy that really can't leap much, so he has to be physical, and I think he's very physical, and he's used that to make a great career. To say the play was dirty, I can't say if it was or if it wasn't. I don't think Zaza's that type of guy, to where he's going to try to take someone out. But for me to say that it was a dirty play, I really can't because I haven't seen it.
Real quickly, does that play need to be out of basketball? I don't mean play, but that particular outcome where a guy comes underneath, and you've had that happen when you're shooting. Everybody said it happened. Can the league make that a flagrant foul and just get rid of that play, period? Steph Curry's had that happen a lot of times. Had it happen in this game, actually, it could have been a much worse result.
I mean, to say you can take the play out, I think it's impossible to do. Kawhi's going full speed to the corner. Zaza's chasing behind him. He's fading, and Zaza's way still moving
Draymond
forward.
here, we want to show it to you. You said you hadn't seen it on tape. We've got the tape for you coming up here. Take a look at it. And now you can't have the excuse of I haven't seen the play on tape. Right. Here we go. You tell us.
I don't think so. I don't think that's dirty. He's still moving forward, contesting the shot. Guys fading away. Like I said, it's not up for me to decide whether it's dirty or not.
Yeah.
But from me seeing that play right there, I think he's just contesting the fadeaway.
And to Kawhi's credit, he took the high road. He said he didn't think it was dirty either.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Kawhi or anyone who's playing for the Spurs. That's the kind of guys that they are, and they're always going to take that road regardless of what they may think or feel. That's who they are, and I respect that.
Quick Mother's Day shout-out to your mom?
Definitely love my mom. She's amazing. She wasn't here tonight, so I think she did it on purpose. She doesn't really celebrate Mother's Day, so she'll be here tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to seeing her.